guys, it's Melanie. How are you? So I'm on here a little early. I usually do my videos on Friday. So today is Wednesday, and I'm on here for a freaking reason. Okay, so I still have this obsession of weighing myself every day on the scale when I get up. So of course I did my usual routine, and I could not believe my eyes. I weighed in today at 155. And that is a loss of 3 pounds. Unintentionally, because I told you guys that I didn't want to lose anymore, that I was done, you know what I'm saying? So for me to lose 3 pounds just like that is freaking crazy. And what that means is I am officially 1 pound away from being normal weight, from being at my normal BMI, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, in my head, I'm like saying, I cannot freaking believe I just lost 3 pounds. As you guys all know, I did hit my goal weight of 160 on August 15th, and I was happy with my weight. I've maintained my weight of about 158 for a good, I would say, a month and a half, so I didn't expect to go lower than that. So for me to be at 159, 155 right now is like a total shocker. I mean, am I disappointed? No, of course not. But, it's just very surprising because I've tried my best to maintain between 158, to 160. So, just for me to, lose 3 pounds instantly, it's pretty crazy. Um, it's pretty scary, because in my head I'm like, oh my god, what if I continue to keep losing, what am I gonna do, because I think that I'm already fine the way I am. I don't want to look anorexic. I don't want to continue losing in jean sizes, just yesterday, my neighbor upstairs, she looked at me from her top window. She was like, oh my god, you're still losing weight, and she was like, you look skinnier. I was like, okay, and I'm like, I haven't even noticed, and a lot of people have been saying you look skinnier, whatever. So it's like, I don't even want to drop, so I'm like, I'm not even doing it intentionally, and I do have that fear that, what if I continue to lose, which is freaking crazy. Like, who would have thought, all my life I struggled being fat, and now I'm like, trying to struggle to maintain my weight. um, Also, I'm having second doubts, and I'm pretty much just I'm pretty sure this happens with everybody, but just like last week I did a video and said, I'm certain that I'm going to do plastic surgery. I'm going to do that, 1 year post-op in January. I'll be 1 year in January of 2010. And I said, to reward myself, I'm going to have plastic surgery. I'm going to do my tummy tuck, and I'm going to do my breast lift, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm having second doubts. Just last week I was ready to book my tickets, and I was on the phone with Colombia for about a good hour or two, so I already knew everything I had to know. I spoke with the people that I had to speak. I was perfectly well. I had all the good information, and I was confident with who I was choosing. But now it's just like, oh, I was like, I'm thinking to myself, like, for the last 3 days, I'm like, make sure this is what you want to do. Make sure that, that you're not going to have any more kids, because then it will be a waste of money. So it's just like, it's all rambling in my head, and I'm like, I'm just giving myself second doubts, and I'm like, I'm asking people's opinion, but like, the ultimate decision is mine, and I'm like, I'm just so confused. And it's not because I'm traveling out of the country, but it's more like, just make sure you don't want to have normal kids, and that's where I'm just like, that's where I'm stuck at, because I already have a child, and I'm happy, but my husband, he made a comment just the other day. He was like, oh, Jaden is talking so much now, and I'm gonna miss him because I'm so used to like him being a baby. And like, in my head, I'm like, what are you trying to imply? Are you like trying to imply that you want another kid, stuff like that, it gets to me. So also, I had a few conversations with a few people over the telephone, and some people, they choose to do their surgeries, out of the country or whatever. And I was speaking to this one girl, and she had lost 50 pounds in like, I think, 9 months, and without a full adjustment. And that is freaking great. To lose that much weight without having a fill adjustment is awesome. You know, what most people don't realize when they do their fills, um, you know, out of the country or when they're self-pay, is that you're going to continue paying to have your band adjusted, and you have to continue paying for fill adjustments, because without the fills it's not going to work. And I promise you that, because that is what restricts you, from having so much intake of the food. So it's not going to work without you having fill adjustments. And from what I hear, it's about between $200 to $300 to have a fill. So that's very important, guys. So make sure you know what you're doing if you're self-pay or if you're doing it out of the country. Also, some tips about to some pre-ops or people that are getting ready to do the surgery. Um, you're going to lose a good significant amount of weight on your pre-op diet or your liquid diet. I personally lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks with my liquid diet, and I just want to say that that's all water weight. Do not get discouraged when you don't lose 10 pounds in a week or 5 pounds in a week, because it's going to start to slow down. You're going to drop it quick the first 2 weeks, yes, but it will slow down. Also, a lot of people may not know that in the hospital, you tend to gain a little bit of weight or whatever because of all the fluids that are being pumped into you, so don't get scared of that either. Let me see. Also, I want to tell you that this is for lap band, you might experience shoulder pain, and if you do experience the shoulder pain after surgery, that is normal. Most of you already know that I suffered from a lot from shoulder pain and from gas pain, and in my opinion, and it's not for everybody, in my opinion, it was worse than giving birth, and I had a C-section. So the pain was much worse for me, you know, and I was like, I had those regrets, oh, why did I do the surgery? But after the third day, guys, you're going to be fine. After the third or fourth day, I had my surgery on a Tuesday, I was back to work on a Friday, and I was okay. I have a sit-down job. I'm not sure how it's going to be with other type of positions and jobs. It's gonna hurt let me tell you, it's going to hurt when you're like in a car and you hit a bump. Oh my god, that so hurts. You're gonna have trouble passing the gas. I still have problems with gas till this day. You know, if my food doesn't digest correctly, I have gas problems. Like right now, I'm having it's like it just doesn't, whatever is in my stomach right now, it's like it's not even letting go, and I have like cramps, you know, in the side of my stomach where my port area is. And let's see what else. Oh, a lot of people saying they don't see their weight loss or whatever, and I didn't notice my weight loss either until I lost over 40 pounds. So if you're like, oh, you know, I don't see the weight loss, don't rush it. You're gonna see it after you lose between 35 to 40 pounds. That's when I saw it, and that's when everybody else saw it. So don't rush it. Again, my exercise routine. Everybody always asks me. I don't do it now, of course. I did it before when I was on strict dieting and, you know, when I was trying to lose all that weight. It was between an hour to an hour and a half on the treadmill. There was a point where I was training for a 5K. I was doing 5 miles on the treadmill. That took anywhere between an hour to an hour and a half. I was going at 4.2 to 4.3 speed. And a lot of people always ask me about my arms too. I always kept my arms moving, guys. Whenever you're on the treadmill, on the elliptical, anything that you do, always move your arms. Always keep your arms moving back and forth, so that way you lose that skin. I also did the elliptical. I did that between half an hour to an hour, and that was it. My exercise routine was all cardio, okay? I didn't do any muscles or anything of that nature. So that was all cardio work. Let me see what else. I did stay under an 800 calorie diet. I didn't eat after 7 o'clock. I didn't have any sugar. Everything was sugar free. You know, and also to help your weight loss or whatever,